All right, welcome everybody. Today's reading is for Pisces. Special shout out to Mama, first and foremost. Everybody love your mothers. You only get one of them. My good friend Josh, Emmy, Charlotte, and Daniel. You Pisceans, I love you guys. You are fine people, salt of the earth. Cats like to get up here and mess things up a little bit. But anyway, glad you could join me. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Great to have you here. If you find me entertaining, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And let's be honest, who wouldn't find this guy entertaining? I almost made it through that without laughing. I almost did. Anyhow, whoops. That must not have been good. Returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back and paying me more attention. Leo's loves to get paid, baby. Live for it. I hope, you know what? The heck with that. I'm going to put a smile on somebody's face today. Pisceans. Let's see what y'all are talking about. Oh, and an additional special shout out to my new friend, Mina. Good friend of mine. Haven't known her for very long, but she's already taught me a lot about tarot and just things in general. So we're going to build your pyramid, Pisceans. Wait, I didn't cut that, did I? Let's give it one more shuffle for good measure. And there, nope. Gosh, you guys. These cards are getting a little worn out. They're getting kind of slow on the bridge. Damn it. There must be a super duper special message for you fishies because, as I've said before, I don't have trouble shuffling cards. I'm the greatest poker player of all time. So let's see. Something's not feeling quite right here. All right, finally. Jeez. Okay, there you go. If you're wondering, that is the Essential Tarot. Then I'm going to try my best to stop being such a windbag and streamline these readings a little bit more. Get them done a little bit faster instead of 30 minutes, trying to trim them down to like 15 to 20. Because I want to do more of them. And I want to do at least 3 signs a day so that I can hit all the signs within 4 days. But we'll see how it goes because I love to talk. What I actually love is going back to watch these videos and listen to myself talk. Anybody with me on that? Yep, that felt good. Alrighty, moving right along. That's the Witch's Tarot, by the way, in case you're curious. This is the Cosmic Tarot. Nope, not quite. Nope. You know, I was going to say something like, Pisceans, you must be awfully special, but I already know that you are. I mean, you're basically the yin and yang of the zodiac. Balanced individuals, thirst for knowledge, practical minded. Got some very important Pisceans in my life. Dadgummit, you guys. When the cards don't want to cooperate like that, I know because I know it means that there's a very special message for y'all. we are going to get to it as soon as they want to. Nope. Golly. All right, there we go. Finally, good Lord. All right, and as always, we will end the pyramid building with a very special message from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck. You guys, if you're not familiar with my layout, a layout of my own devising. If you've never seen The Ridiculous Six, it's a Netflix original with Adam Sandler. John Turturro is just hysterically funny. There's a part of the movie where it's basically he plays the guy that invented baseball, I guess. And if you haven't seen it, please go and watch it, at least that part of the movie, because it is hysterical. Nope, you cannot run. You cannot run. Infield fly rule in full effect. He's basically making fun of baseball, and it looks like the rules came to be made by somebody that was making up the rules as they went along, just trying to win the game against whoever they were playing. It's really, really funny. I'm having a good time with this. I know there's something special for somebody in here. Okay. I'm being told that's it, so that's it. Okay, so basically what I've come up with, this is the pyramid that I've built for you. I'm going to be doing this for everybody for the foreseeable future, all signs. Yes, buddy. These are your foundation stones. This is your heart stone. These are your love stones. These are your throat stones. And this is your capstone. Your foundation stones, most of the time turns up as something that you're either going through now, something that you've recently gone through, or something that you've gone through in your life in the past. Your heart stone is what's on your heart. Could be what your heart longs for. Could be what's just sitting on your heart that you're feeling a lot of the time. These are your love stones that surround your heart stone. Now the love stones talk about the things that you love. Could talk about the things that you don't love. Basically, these two stones are going to relate to love in some way or another. Your throat stones are things that you talk about, things that other people talk about, things that other people say about you, things that you say about other people. It generally just has to do with what's being talked about somewhere in your life. And the capstone, of course, I designed it so that no matter how negative you may feel your reading is, we can end on a positive note. And who gives a more positive note than the Archangel Raphael, which I believe literally translates to God who heals. So let's go ahead and see what you got going on, Pisceans. Okay, interesting. Oh boy. Well, instantly I feel like some of you Pisceans have lost a lot of money. The Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. Some of you are talking about not wanting to invest in something. Some of you, somebody is out there talking about you being a bad investment. Don't worry about that. Don't ever base your decisions off of what other people are saying about you. And that's the strong message that I'm getting, is this isn't so much what you're talking about, you fishies, but this is what people are saying about you. I get the sense that some of you are into spirituality. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to know that. You're tuning into a tarot video. But somebody is not happy with what you've decided to do. the path you've decided to walk. And so I'm literally hearing they're talking about you being a bad investment or what you're doing being a bad investment. Pay no attention to that. I will look up the Magician in reverse in just a few minutes to see what that's about. On your heart is the Death card. So you've got major arcana in your heart stone, and you're feeling like some of you, either that a situation that you're currently in needs to come to an end, or on your heart right now, quite literally, is the change of a situation in your life. Some of you could be moving. Some of you could be switching jobs. Some of you could be just witnessing something that's very important to you in your life change. And although the death card doesn't necessarily have to be talking about death, it could be. Some of you Pisceans out there, I'm getting the sense that you've lost someone important to you, and that's what's on your heart right now. I'm going to move back down to your foundation stone. You've got the Empress in reverse, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Rods. So either currently or what you've had to deal with previously is basically fighting for your life. Some of you, and it's unfortunate, but the overall tone of this reading is that people are coming at you. Come at me, bro. People are coming at you. People have come at you, and I'm getting the strongest sense. Yeah, some of you Pisceans, it's literally the spiritual path that you've decided to walk. And by the way, if you're walking a spiritual path, I don't really think you have much of a choice. You're meant for something higher than a 9-to-5 job. You are to have a higher purpose in this world than working for somebody else and making them all the money. But that's good. Stick with it is the message that's coming through. Stick with whatever you're doing. You're doing a great job. Keep on moving. Do not worry about what other people are saying. The hell with them. The people that love you support you no matter what. Period. And that's often, unfortunately, how we come to find out in this life who loves us and who doesn't. Adversity does not build character. It reveals character. Okay, so it sucks to have to go through sometimes and find out who people really are, especially if you thought they were somebody else. Buddy, for God's sake, man. What is it? Oh, who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? You just gonna step all over the Piscean's pyramid? Yep. This is one of my cats, Buddy. He's a neurotic little fella. He needs constant attention. I think it's possible he could be a Leo. You guys, what you love, some of you is squirreling away money. Some of you love the Page of Swords. Intuitively, what I'm getting is some of you really enjoy spirited debates. And you know what? Shout out to my buddy Josh. He sure does. But I don't want anybody, if you're new to tarot, I don't want anybody to tune in and see the death card on your heartstone and be like, oh my God, somebody's going to die. It could be, but more often than not in my readings, it's just the death of a particular situation in your life. That's all. You've got, some of you have hidden money. You can see the Five of Pentacles is coins hanging from a tree out in the middle of the snow where nobody else knows where it's at. But that's good. You know, protect your resources, especially if you have families. Protect your resources and make sure that your people are always taken care of. I mean, technically, we're all each other's people, but some people don't look at it that way, and some people will try to take advantage of you in a heartbeat if they can. So always protect yourself and those who you are certain love you. And you'll know that not only because adversity reveals character, but you feel it in your heart. You guys, your heart will never fail you. Always listen to your heart over your head. If there's a conflict going on, pick your heart. Don't listen to what your head is saying. If they're both in sync, that's great. But if your head says something, your heart says something else, let the thoughts go, rise above thought, get to your heart chakra. There are your real answers. I'm going to look up the Magician in reverse real quick, see if we can shed a little bit of light on that. But overall, I think I'm feeling that's the messages that are coming through. And then we'll finish off with your capstone. The Magician. Now, the Magician is one of my favorite cards. Look here. Magician reverse could indicate deception or the need to be careful where you put your trust. And I have a feeling it has very much to do with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And since I was dead on the money with that one, I'm going to look up the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Loss of inheritance or position through dissipation or gambling. Don't take risks right now. The odds are against you. And that's sage advice. Gambling is one thing if you have, extra money built up just for that, like disposable income. But gambling is something, if you have an addictive personality, that can really be a detriment to you, to your family, to anyone that might depend on you or that you care about. It's easy to walk into a poker game, put $222 down on the table with the hope that you're going to walk out with $2,222. But it doesn't always work that way. And so if it's your electric bill payment or if it's, something important, keep it, put it where it needs to go. And don't forget, you can always ask God, the archangels, whoever it is, whatever higher power you commune with whom you commune, you can ask them for money. It's not a bad thing to ask a higher power for money, but be sure you're coming from the right place. Let's just say God is the person that you're praying to. God is the entity to which you are praying. Pray in, this is just an example. Heavenly Father, thank you for providing me with the resources that I need in order to take care of my family, and beyond that, do good for other people. And I'm betting more often than not, you're going to get that extra money, as opposed to saying, can I please have a bunch of money, God, so I can just be a rich person? Come on. What are you going to do with it? Are you coming from your heart, or are you coming from one of your lower chakras? So that's what I got for you. We'll go ahead and close up. Diet is most important here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to make positive eating and drinking choices and for reducing or eliminating my cravings for unhealthful substances. Some of you guys, if you're losing money because you're, buying and drinking alcohol every night or into other illicit substances, I won't go any further than that. The message from that card, especially right now, and now I'm feeling like it's because Christmas is coming up, don't waste any money, because Christmas is important to a lot of people. And it's not just, having money to get gifts for other people, but if you like to be charitable, if you like to be one of those people that goes and buys a turkey and donates it to a homeless shelter or something like that, that's a much better use of your money. And do this. If you're going to do that and you're going to be charitable like that, say a prayer when you do it. Bless that money because you're using it for a good cause. And just like Jesus blessed the fish and the bread and multiplied it to feed more, you will get more in return if that's the direction from which you're coming. And I'm going to look in the book for that Raphael card. Diet is most important here. And most often, these oracle cards it's got the prayer, but the whole message is not just about altering your diet. Your diet doesn't necessarily have to pertain to food. What is your TV diet? Are you exposing yourself to crap like Real Hollywood Housewives or whatever the hell they call those shows? Are you exposing yourself to internet videos where people are punching and kicking each other? That's a diet. You are what you eat. If you expose yourself to egregious violence regularly, then that has an effect on your subconscious. So be careful about what you consume, folks. Archangel Raphael says that food is medicine, and he brings you this card as a reminder of its curative properties. Instead of looking at a balanced diet as removing something enjoyable, why not reframe it so that you view nutritious foods as adding to your life's enjoyment? It feels good to eat healthfully, knowing that you're supporting your body's energy through sound choices. You drew this card to validate what your angels have already been telling you intuitively. It's time to make positive dietary changes, no matter what dietary changes we're talking about. You can do this gradually if you prefer, as even small concessions in the direction toward improved food choices can make a difference. By saying the prayer below, Archangel Raphael will help you reduce or eliminate unhealthy cravings. Listen to your intuition about dietary changes. Weight management is helpful for you. And going back to not exposing yourself to crap programming, when that gets into your subconscious and you don't even know that it's there, it's heavy. It can go so far as to make you feel fatigued, bogged down, just low energy, like low energy Jeb. Somebody out there caught that. I know they did. Your body is very sensitive to the things that you consume. Change your eating habits and you'll change your life for the better. Pisceans, that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.